In this 1-minute video, I'm going to show you how the camera control works in the new iPhone 16. You can press the button with 2 different levels of pressure. If you do a light press, it'll give you a vibration. If you do a full press, it'll physically click the button. A full press will bring up the camera, and you can change what camera it brings up in the settings. So it's really nicely on your thumb here if you're in portrait, and on your top finger here if you're in landscape. Light short press, it's going to bring up this little menu, and you're going to be able to interact with it by swiping across it just like this. In this case, we're zooming. Then if you hard press, it'll take a picture, and if you hold, it'll take a video. If you double light press, it'll bring up a menu. You then scroll through it where you can select what the slider does. You can also interact with these with your finger as well. All of these are actually really useful. You can do things like exposure. You can do depth or aperture. This one's really cool to have. Zoom, which is the default. The one that I've been using most, where you actually switch between your cameras. This is kind of like zoom, but you're using the full extent of the lens. You have styles, which you could think kind of like filters. They're a new feature on the iPhone 16. I've been using it for a lot of things, but one really big one is when I'm making videos and only have one hand. I can now zoom with using one hand, where I before had to have my separate hand to like pinch in. This alone has been huge. Fan of camera control, especially that we get it on both the Pro and the base model. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm about to verifiably squash one of the biggest debates going on online right now about the iPhone 16. And that's whether the camera control on the iPhone 16 is a physical button or a taptic button. If you don't know what that means, it's something Apple's had in their MacBooks for a while, where when you click, it's not actually clicking, but vibrating under your finger, and it feels exactly like a click. Now, in the marketing, they said that the camera control button has taptic feedback, so case closed, that's what it's doing, right? Wrong. So yes, it does have taptic feedback, but it is also a physical button. So there's kind of 2 different ways you could push the button. When you soft push it, it brings up a little menu where you can see what you're like scrolling with, whether it's your aperture, zoom, or whatever. When you're doing this, this is using the taptic engine. So when you do like a half press, you could still feel it half pressing and taptic feedbacking, but the button actually doesn't physically depress. But when you squeeze it to take a picture, that's actually using the physical button. I'll prove it once and for all. Turn off the phone. And even though the phone is off, you'll be able to hear it clicking because it's a physical button. So it's not taptic, it's not physical, it's both. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's unbox the brand new iPhone 16 Pro. Oh man. This is the new desert titanium color. It's a little bit lighter than I thought it was going to be in like the nicest way possible. Not a huge noticeable difference in the hands from the 15 Pro. The new camera slider feels very nice. It is actually a physical button. I don't know if you could hear that click, but it's very streamlined into the phone. You can see it's not sticking out. Bezels are definitely smaller, but it's not like night and day compared to the 15 or anything. Cable looks a little bit different this year. Actually, I think it's the same, just coiled up differently. And then lastly, let's see if the rumors are true. No Apple stickers. End of an era. I'm gonna go set this up and immediately try the camera button. Keep an eye out for more content on the new 16 Pro, and I'll catch you in the next video. Here are 2.5 new features on the brand new macOS Sequoia that just released today that makes it 100% worth upgrading to. First feature, which is in my opinion one of the best Mac features we've seen in years, is iPhone mirroring. You'll see this new icon appear on your Mac. You don't have to set anything up, you just click it. It's then gonna automatically mirror your iPhone screen. You're gonna be able to control it. You're gonna be able to swipe around. You could use your keyboard to enter an input. You, for all intents and purposes, have full control over your iPhone from your Mac. While it's mirroring your phone, will simply say that it's being controlled by your MacBook, and if you are to open it up and control it natively from your phone, it's gonna seamlessly switch over. You can only use one at the same time. Next one is super overdue but executed so well is we now have better window management. So if you click the little expand thing at the top of the window, you can now better tile your screens out. So you could have them at like the bottom left, and you could have 4 quadrants here, or you could maybe go like left and right like you might be used to. And what's really cool is they give you the option to either arrange all of your screens or just change one screen. So if I want to move this over to the right here, I can and just move them individually, or really quickly configure all of your screens to fit a certain configuration. I really like how this was executed. And lastly, this is the 0.5 because it's kind of related to the iPhone screen mirroring, is you can now see your iPhone's notifications on your MacBook. It'll integrate seamlessly with your Mac notifications, but there'll be a little icon in the bottom right to signify that it's coming from your iPhone. And even better, if you click it and open it, it's gonna bring up that app in your screen mirroring on your iPhone, so you can deal with it directly on that app. Anyway, those are the 2.5 new features I'm loving on the new macOS. If you guys upgraded yet, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and thanks for watching.